Virtual Universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island's 9-star Bay District. Luo Feng and Hong appeared at their own grass fields. At this time, Thunder God was shouting, 30, Big Brother, you've finally come, quickly look up. What's going on? Why so noisy? Hong smiled as he looked at him before looking up. Luo Feng curiously looked up too. In the air, there was an enormous declaration, almost like a curtain in the sky. Battle of Geniuses. Hong squinted a little, gleaming. All of the universe countries from the universe, 1 trillion geniuses are to battle. Luo Feng looked at the declaration and its details, drawing in a cold, icy breath. It was madness. This was too crazy. Just how vast was the universe? Not even the universe, just the Ganwu universe country alone had over 100 million galaxies. At any given galaxy there would be a multitude of top geniuses. But when the entire universe country is taken into consideration, they could already squeeze out over 100 million geniuses. Interesting. Luo Feng squinted his eyes, feeling a strong sense of anticipation within. Big Brother, 30. Thunder God walked over, and pointed beside them. Immediately a floating screen appeared and on it was the Virtual Universe website. On its front page it had a glaring broadcast, Universe Humans, Genius Battle, link. Open it and see. Hong said. Thunder God gently tapped it and it opened the link. After opening it, it gave a detailed explanation of the Universe Humans, Genius Battle. The Genius Battle was aimed at all star-level humans. As long as one was a star-level human, they could participate. The Genius Battle, accurately speaking, was organized once every 5,000 years, or twice every 10,000 years. These two battles were separately held by the Virtual Universe Company and the Huge Axe Dojo. Hence to the Virtual Universe Company, this Genius Battle naturally was a grand affair that happened once every 10,000 years for them. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Genius Battle was separated into the Universe Country selections and the final Genius Battles. Each universe country will organize their own selection internally and after picking out the elites, the geniuses would form a group and participate in the final Genius Battle. The final battle would determine the ultimate victor. The top 1,000 geniuses of the universe will have 3 big prizes. 1. According to how high they are ranked, they will receive between 10 mixed elements to 10,000 mixed elements and more as their prize. 2. They will receive the chance to enter the primal universe name list. 3. They may become internal core members of the Virtual Universe Network. Luo Feng was utterly baffled. As long as you reach the top 1,000, even the lowest would receive 10 mixed elements, which was even more than his rewards from the world within a world. And the highest was 10,000 mixed elements. He estimated that the number 1 of the entire Genius Battle would receive that. 10,000 mixed elements, that was comparable to the entire wealth of an undying Virtual Universe Company. Indeed, it was extremely wealthy. All 1,000 of them will be able to enter the primal universe. Luo Feng couldn't forget that during the Ganwu auction, the scene for the competition to enter the primal universe had intense competition. And it was a place even his teacher hadn't entered. These prizes seem not bad. Cash, primal universe, core member, These sort of prizes are worthy for the top 1,000 geniuses. Barta said, Luo Feng, your chances are not bad, go give it a shot. What do you mean give it a shot? Luo Feng asked. From your tone, it seems that it'll be very hard for me to reach the top 1,000. What do you mean very hard? Luo Feng, you really underestimate the trillion geniuses within the universe. Let's not even talk about the universe's top 1,000, which for you is too difficult and almost impossible. If you can reach the top 1,000 within the Ganwu universe, that'll be not bad already. Barta said. Luo Feng realized. Even though there are very few undying within the universe, the number of star-level disciples under these undying range in the trillions. In terms of talent, many not only have strong bloodlines, but they also have extremely high talent. Considering there are countless people in the universe, in terms of comprehension, why wouldn't there be people with extremely high comprehension ability within the universe? There are even more people with great willpower and hard work. Your strongest trump card is the golden horned beast's body. It has given you remarkably strong willpower, and also allowed you to begin to perceive the origin laws with much ease. However, with these alone, wanting to make it to the top 1,000 of the universe, trillion geniuses, that's simply too far away. Barta's tone changed, saying, of course you've been working hard. Even though the golden horned beast has given you enough talent, however, between golden horned beasts and its other counterparts, the difference is still huge. Because of you, this golden horned beast has been training very hard. To be able to attain a level 5 domain in a short 3 years, your hard work is the main reason. Just like your big brothers, in terms of age they're even older than your grandfather. And many star-level geniuses within the universe are at least a few hundred years old. As for the star levels that survived for a few thousand years, they pose no threat. Not breaking through to the universe level after a few thousand years, that doesn't count at all as genius. Their comprehension and other abilities must be weak. Your biggest weakness is your training time has been too short. Your training till now hasn't even reached 30 years. Luo Feng pondered. Of course, your willpower, domain, and comprehensive abilities are strong. Once you add all three added together, you are indeed very strong. You can definitely wipe out the geniuses within the Black Dragon Mountain star field without any problem. As for the top 1000 of the universe, that's simply too far away. You can go ahead and give it a shot. Fighting your way into the Ganwu universe top 1000 will already be considered a great success. Barta said. The news of the genius battle stirred up the three brothers. At the same time, within the vast universe's countless galaxies, there were trillions of star-level humans who were waiting in anticipation for the battle. This was a vast god country. Within its center floated a volcano. At that time, a 7 to 8 meter tall human silhouette with red scarlet hair with his entire body seemed to be bathed in a flame, stood in mid-air. Beside him were several other sector lords, and before him knelt up to 1,000 star-level youths. You all are the most elite disciples of the heavenly flame god country. His voice was like thunder, resounding within the 1,000 youths' ears. As long as any of you pass the initial selection and enter the battle, I'll take him as my disciple. If you can fight into the universe top 1000, I will give you an entire galaxy. The godlike figure bathing in flame said coldly, go prepare right now and don't disappoint me. Yes, God Master. Over 1,000 youths complied respectfully. Remember, you take along with you the honor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. A low hoarse voice sounded. In the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain, a tall and sturdy man dressed entirely in black scales with a black dragon horn on his forehead stood tall. The space around the area where he stood seemed to tremble. The surrounding sector lords were extremely respectful. Before this presence, they didn't dare to show any form of disrespect. Just the aura and forceful energy from this man made everybody shudder. Go on, battle for the honor of the Black Dragon Mountain. This huge godlike figure spoke. Yes, God Master. Close to 1,000 star-level youths knelt there, extremely respectful, their expressions passionate. Amongst them, almost all of them were gazing at the legendary founding emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire for the first time, the Grand Undying Being. On a green planet with its entire planet was covered in vegetation. There were many aboriginal life forms. Yet, this planet didn't seem to have any trace of technology at all. On this planet, the fighters were extremely strong to the point where they had up to 10 universe levels, with many more star levels. This sort of strong planet should have long entered the universe culture, unless its location was simply too desolate or it was a territory of an absolute warrior. A few warriors would specially cultivate a planet to let it remain without the influence of technology. 100 star level 9 fighters and spirit readers will surround you and attack you in a bit. A white-robed bald man moved slowly. Beside him was a fit white-robed youth carrying a blood-red blade. Okay, the white-robed youth gently nodded. Suddenly from the distance flew a group of star level 9s. This group of fighters and spirit readers had immediately surrounded the youth. Usually against such numbers, one would rely on movement to dodge and avoid, reducing the number of enemies quickly. For this person to let himself get surrounded immediately, it was akin to suicide. Begin. The white-robed old man ordered coldly. The 100 star level 9 fighters and spirit readers surrounding the youth made their move simultaneously, be it with genetic weapons or spirit attacks, or even blade weapons. A blood-red blade flashed. The white-clothed youth's body became a blur and there seemed to be images of himself appearing throughout the area. Fresh blood flew everywhere. The 100 bodies were either slashed open or their heads rolled. In an instant, they were all killed. Very good. The white-robed old man's eyes gleamed. You've improved considerably, compared to before. You are definitely the most impressive genius your teacher has seen from trillions of years of wandering the galaxies. The white-clothed youth's body trembled slightly. His cold eyes looked at the white-robed bald man. His eyes filled with shock. Teacher, you just said. How long has it been since he followed this absolute warrior? He had never heard such an obvious compliment. At most he'd receive little words of encouragement or something along those lines. Your teacher cannot teach you anything anymore, the white-robed old man said. Teacher, the white-clothed youth wanted to speak. But he didn't want to say anything offensive, and stood speechless for a while. Go take part in the universe genius battle. With your strength, entering the universe top 1000 should be simple. In the virtual universe, the strong are numerous like the clouds. Only there will you be able to find a suitable teacher to teach you. The white-robed bald man said, when you reach the undying level, look for me again. The white-robed old man vanished. Teacher, the white-clothed youth wanted to speak, before stopping from realization and whispering softly, Genius battle. Genius battle, all the universe countries within the universe. A 3 meters tall youth with messy hair, walking barefooted in a desolate mountain range, carrying a short knife laughed loudly. Sounds interesting. Human haven't met an opponent in a long time. In the distance behind him there was a body of a universe level 1 warrior. All people within the vast universe, in the universe countries, countless god countries, along with other independent geniuses, hard-working warriors, traveling fighters etc., had noticed the genius battle declaration that encompassed the entire universe. There was only a winner and a loser. The more genius one was, the more they were unwilling to submit to others. Virtual universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island 9-star Bay. Luo Feng, Hong, and Thunder God looked at the screen. Second and third brother, shall we take part? Hong looked at Luo Feng and Thunder God. Luo Feng and Thunder God looked at Hong, their eyes all filled with anticipation for battle. The 3 immediately laughed. Ha ha, then let the 3 of us brothers go and fight it out. The 3 brothers from Earth 2 were filled with confidence and heroism. Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God opened a screen each before them and entered the Virtual Universe Company's website to submit their names. On the main page, there was a very clear number. 1,948,593,889. Within a few seconds the numbers immediately jumped greatly, becoming 2,008,299,173. Beside these numbers were the words in universe language, Ganwu Universe Country Participants Headcount. So many people have signed up. Thunder God said shocked. A lot indeed. Luo Feng looked carefully. That's right, it has already exceeded 2 billion. When I entered the slaughterhouse to train, I didn't even see the declaration. But, when I came out, it was already there and I immediately came to look for you guys. It definitely hasn't been that long. Thunder God exclaimed, within the time I was training, there were actually so many people who had signed up. The entire Ganwu Universe country has over 100 million galaxies. Luo Feng laughed and began to register for the event. We still have to input our information. Luo Feng looked at the screen helplessly, before swiftly filling it in and pressing the submit button. Scan complete. Star Level 7 Spirit Reader, application successful. The application process of the Virtual Universe Network had the ability to scan a person's ability and strength. Hence it could automatically verify that the applicant was a star level. The 3 of them signed up that same day. However, the entire human race of the universe still had about a month or so left to sign up for the Genius battle. Since there was still time left for the battle, Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God grabbed the opportunity to work hard and train to raise their own strength and abilities. No one wanted to get eliminated immediately. Whether it was Luo Feng, Hong or Thunder God, they all had their own pride. No one was willing to admit defeat easily. As for trying to make them to submit, that would be a tough indeed. Time passed by and under the supervision of countless human galaxies and universe countries, the application period finally came to an end. According to China time, it was year 2066, April 16th. Luo Feng, this male. Punk, this male. Master, this male. On Earth, Luo Feng, Thunder God and Hong all received the notification simultaneously, immediately entering the Virtual Universe Network. Virtual Universe, Black Dragon Mountain, Island 9-star Bay. Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God appeared simultaneously at their house entrances, smiling as they glanced at each other. Daddy, Little Hai ran excitedly at Luo Feng. Daddy, why have you come? I haven't seen you here in such a long time. Come, sit on Daddy's lap. Luo Feng sat in a chair beside him. While hugging his son on his lap, he pointed in mid-air. A screen appeared automatically, and he swiftly opened the mail. We welcome your participation in the universe human race. Genius battle selection. There have been over 822.5 billion star levels that have signed up for the selection this time, within the Ganwu universe country territory. This amount has exceeded previous times' participation by over 110 billion. This has made our virtual universe company very happy. We can guarantee that the genius selection process will happen under the fairest of conditions. The level of participants range from star level 1s, 2s, all the way to level 8 or 9. To be fair, during the True Geniuses selection, the True Elimination Arena will be held within the virtual universe. All participants will have the same bodies physically while maintaining a star level 9 ability. Everybody's spirit powers will be at the same level too, at the star level 9. All participants will have exactly the same physical abilities. However, their looks can be customized. One can pick out their own genetic weapons or spirit weapons, not exceeding 10 of them. A reminder to participants, even though level 4 or 5 spirit weapons are strong, if one's abilities are weak, it can't be used properly. We advise you all to pick what's suitable. At the same time, you can pick genetic armor, not exceeding level 2, and acquire storage rings that have food and beverages within. Genius selection. The test will be on willpower, domain, experience, law comprehension, etc. This time's genius selection will be separated into 2 levels. The first level will be each universe country picking out the top 1,000 warriors. The second level will be the gathering of all the top 1,000s from each universe country, then there will be a final battle to decide the universe's top 1,000. Among which, the scale of the first stage is at an unprecedented level. The universe country you are in is the Ganwu universe country. The Ganwu universe country has over 822.5 billion participants. It will be split into the elimination stage and the arena battle. Once the elimination stage wraps up, there will be a total of 100,100 participants left. As there are many to be eliminated, this stage itself will definitely be a bloodbath. The initial elimination of the Ganwu universe will begin with the 100 worlds within the virtual universe. Every world will have 8.2 billion participants. 8.2 billion participants will kill amongst themselves on each world. Killing others will gain 1 accumulated points. The more one kills, the more the points. Everyone only has 1 life. Thus, the moment you die, it ends. The elimination stage would come to an end at this point. With regards to the accumulated points, the top 1001 participants of each world will be ranked accordingly and they'll be considered having passed the elimination. Every world will choose their top 1001 participants. With a total of 100 worlds, 100,100 participants will be picked. Simultaneously, every world's top participant will be able to skip the arena stage and immediately head into the top 100 Namalist of the top 1000. The remaining 900 will be decided through the arena with the 100,000 people. The message contains an attachment. Further details can be found in the attachment. Looking through both the message and the attachment, Luo Feng couldn't help but feel immense pressure. The elimination itself was going to be crazy. Over 8.2 billion people will be desperately killing each other in the world just to gain enough points to rank higher. Second brother, third brother, this genius battle is going to be brutal. Just through the elimination level alone, over 800 billion participants will be eliminated, and only 100,100 will remain. Hong smiled. This'll make everyone kill frantically within the first round. I can just imagine the scene of a psychotic world full of fresh blood and corpses. There's too many people, hence they have to resort to such measures. Thunder God smiled. I'm anxious already. Luo Feng laughed, his eyes gleaming with a sense of bloodthirst. The current Luo Feng would occasionally enter the slaughterhouse and select a large amount of opponents to madly slaughter. Luo Feng could only rely on such methods to vent out the bloodthirst that permeated even from within his soul. And the elimination level allowed 8.2 billion people to madly slaughter within each world. The one who was most anxious and anticipating of the 3 brothers was Luo Feng. Kill, kill. Luo Feng imagined himself killing 10 people in one blow. It was thrilling. At the end of the submission period, the virtual universe company began to move. The preparation itself was tedious and complex, however the virtual universe company's efficiency was extremely high. 1 month after the submissions closed, China time year 2066, May 16. This day was the gathering day for the Ganwu Universe Elimination selection. You all helped me keep a close watch on the points and the ranking systems, which will be changing constantly. Our organization was unable to get a few super geniuses, but we can at least get those that almost make it too. Our Ganwu universe has a total of 100 elimination worlds. Taking every world into consideration, the top 10,000 will all be extremely powerful. Keep an eye on their rankings. This is the best opportunity to acquire more elites. Every time the rankings change, do a calculation. Gather all the information of the elites and geniuses and store them. Our Ganwu universe country's large amount of future sector lords and domain lords will be amongst them. You are all our Nuo and Shan family's most elite of the young generation. I don't dare to expect each and every one of you to get past the elimination level. However, whoever manages to rush into the top 10,000 will be named the next head of the Nuo and Shan family. Nuo and Shan stood before over 1,000 youths, filled with anticipation and hope. Today is the beginning of the gathering for the elimination. The Godmaster is filled with hopes for everyone, don't let him down. In sacred land Black Dragon Mountain, a group of sector lords too were speaking to a large amount of disciples. You all are the old Ganwu universe country's future elites and pillars. We wish for you all to take at least half of the 100,100 name list. A thick voice rumbled through the skies and earth, resounding within a universe space. On one particular space, a giant that was impossible to see clearly stood. The space around him was warping slightly, and before him in the distance was a blur of endless youths. All the youths were respectfully kneeling down. There was such a large group of youths that it was impossible to see from one end to the next with the naked eye. Beside this giant's voice that made people tremble, were several other powerful undying beings, all standing respectfully around. Every undying had their own heart-palpitating and powerful aura, and with just one look, there were at least 1,000 undying beings there. Go on, children, a thick voice rumbled through the space, causing everyone's soul to tremor and rise their morale. Yes, country master. Over 100 million star-level youths knelt there respectfully and excitedly. They didn't think that they'd actually get to see the legendary being, the one who built the Ganwu universe country. A being so high up that it was impossible to imagine. The leader of the Ganwu universe country had held his position for over 1 trillion years. The space ahead warped and over 100 million star-level youths immediately vanished. This unbelievable god made even the surrounding over 1,000 undyings stand there with their hearts palpitating respectfully. Countless humans were watching this elimination battle. And on this day, China time March 16th, a large amount of participants started to gather, 820 billion people in total. On average, every galaxy within the Ganwu universe had less than 1 million people. One had to know that every galaxy had at least a few tens of thousands of star level 9s, much less level 1 to level 9 added together. This means to say that those that dared to sign up all had confidence. Over 820 billion. Some had lucky meetings. Some had natural talent. Some had good teachers. Some had the hearts of powerful warriors. All in all, whatever type and form, they all regarded themselves as strong. Including Luo Feng and his brothers, these 820 billion star levels all gathered together in the Ganwu universe country. The elimination will be sorted into 100 worlds. I'm in world 72. Thunder God, Luo Feng, how about you two? Haha, I'm in world 88. I like that number. 30, what about you? I'm in world number 1. First world, what a sign. Thunder God laughed as he looked at Luo Feng. Luo Feng surveyed the distant surroundings. With one glance all he saw were human silhouettes, all dressed in different clothing, some with heights reaching over 10 meters while others not even reaching 1 meter. Most of them were engaged in discussions. Just how many people were there on this continent? Even without counting, they all knew, there were 820 billion. A gathering of 820 billion people. What kind of scene was this? Everybody take notice. This elimination process will be separated into 100 worlds. We will begin the group teleportation shortly to each of your assigned worlds. Please use the time to prepare yourself. The moment the elimination begins, you'll be unable to request for weapons anymore. A clear voice resounded throughout the continent's skies. Luo Feng lowered and checked himself to make sure he had everything he needed. Dressed in a dark grey level 2 genetic armor, wearing a helmet and boots, with one storage ring on his finger. Things like his shield, genetic energy battle knife, soaring shuttle, Nan Shen armament, these were all stored within the storage ring. The weapons simulated by the virtual universe were exactly the same as the ones used in real life. We will begin the teleportation, counting down, 60.59, 0.58. The clear voice resounded throughout the continent. Amidst the sea of people, Luo Feng and his brothers exchanged glances. Good luck. Luo Feng smiled. We'll pass the elimination together. Thunder God smiled. All the best. Hong too smiled. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teleport. That clear voice used universe language, resounding throughout the entire continent's 820 billion people's ears. In an instant, everyone there vanished. Simultaneously, within the virtual universe, 100 independent worlds opened up and 8.2 billion fighters appeared on each. The humans of the universes. Genius battle, the elimination round for all the universe countries began simultaneously. As a gathering of all the human race, from those way above in the upper echelons, the undying, down to those normal citizens able to enter the virtual universe, all were watching this event. Of course, the warriors and citizens were mostly concerned about their own universe country's stage. The first world. During the teleportation, Luo Feng felt his vision blur. Everything grew muddy and after about 3 seconds, it became clear once again. He found himself standing within a regular living room. Besides this room, there was also the bedroom and bathroom. This is the first world. What a shocking gravitational force. Standing in the living room, the strong gravitational force made him somewhat uneasy. He looked down to see his quantum computer on his wrist. The screen automatically received and opened the virtual universe's organizer's mail with information. The screen was filled with words. Participant, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Points, 0. Kills, 0. World number 1. Time, the elimination stage will carry on for 30 days. When the time ends, the stage will end and the victor will be decided by the points accumulated. Details of the stage. First world, this world is simulated according to the Ganwu universe's Bei Luo planet. Similar to its appearance, there's a total of 91 cities on this continent along with wilderness and much more. The total surface area is over 10.3 million square kilometer. The houses and many other constructs and materials in this world are B9 grade. Rules for point system. Killing one participant equates to 1 point, also acquiring half of their accumulated points. Hence, killing the strong ones equates to more points. Ranking system rules. The dead will maintain their position according to their points. If their points are sufficient, even after dying and losing half their points, they still might be able to make it in the top 1001. So please make full use of your time. Urgent reminder, everyone only has one life. Death will result in the end of your attempt and you'll lose half your points. Please see the detailed rules for the ranking system below. Luo Feng stood in the living room. He finished reading the information that Virtual Universe Company had sent over. Taking a deep cold breath, a total of 10.3 million square kilometer. China's continent only has about 9.6 million square kilometer. 8.2 billion gathered in such a place, the density is too high. Luo Feng was analyzing the gravity. This world's gravity was even more crazy than the world within a world, it was at least 10,000 times above Earth's gravity. This cup. Luo Feng picked up a teacup from the dining table in the living room. With a bit of force, the cup began to crack and it started breaking. This made Luo Feng surprised. What surprising durability. The information was indeed correct. The ground of the house and all the materials are all B9 grade. Following which Luo Feng gently put down the cup. Even under 10,000 times Earth's gravity, he moved as lightly as a cat walking on a balcony. Through the balcony he looked outside. Outside. It was a luxurious posh city, with skyscrapers all about. The more shocking thing was with all the skyscrapers about, the entire city was completely silent without a sense of life at all. Everybody just arrived, they are probably still preparing themselves. Luo Feng thought. From the distance a loud explosion erupted and Luo Feng quickly turned to see. One of the huge skyscraper's top levels had its one level of windows violently shattered and 2 human silhouettes were breaking through them, fighting in mid-air. Rumble, 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 rumble. With one clash, suddenly it seemed like the entire city was filled with explosions all over. Everyone had a star level 9 body. If it were on a normal planet, a star level 9 fighter could easily destroy an entire city. This was also the reason behind why the Virtual Universe company specially designed all the building materials to be of B9 grade. This way, at least the world could take a month's worth of the battle damages from these 8.2 billion star level 9s. Has it begun? Luo Feng squinted, immediately walking back into his house. His door was violently kicked open. The alloy door was kicked so hard it was deformed. A tall and sturdy man stepped through. His entire body was covered in genetic energy armor, along with helmet and boots, while both hands held an axe each. When he saw Luo Feng, he smiled and said, "You are the first." Rumble. The tall and sturdy man rushed forward, his boots violently stomping through, causing the cement from the ground to split open, following which he swung with his left hand and the axe sliced right through the air straight towards Luo Feng. HMPH. Luo Feng's gaze was cold. The soaring shuttle which was floating beside him immediately shot out a light that formed into a beautiful golden fish, completely different from the form from 3 years ago within the slaughterhouse. The current swordfish formation Luo Feng controlled was almost like a real fish. It seemed unthreatening, however. The golden fish brushed past the axe heads and immediately pierced right through the tall and sturdy man's forehead. His eyes still seemed like he was in disbelief and shock, as his mouth slightly opened as though he wanted to say something. His head split open and the tall and sturdy man immediately fell on the floor. His axes too fell onto the living room floor, causing the ground to slightly shake. After training madly with the Nanshen armament for the past few days, using the soaring shuttle now gives a really special and very relaxed kind of feeling. Luo Feng smiled. It was similar to one constantly lifting a 100 kilograms weight and going back to lifting 10 kilograms. It was much lighter and simpler than before. It was this feeling that Luo Feng was experiencing. The difficulty of the soaring shuttle wasn't even 1,000th of the Nanshen armament. Points. Luo Feng looked down to look at his wrist. The screen numbers had changed. Participant, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain. Points, 1. Rank, 696,034,836. The entire stage will last a month. Since there's too many people at the beginning, the killing will be extremely intense. In contrast, towards the end the numbers will decline. Yet, those who were able to survive till the end, will definitely have high points. When that time comes, killing one person would be more effective than killing 100 now. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Also, the more powerful one is, the more he's susceptible to being surrounded and ganged up on. Being surrounded by 10,000, 100,000 to even a million same-level attackers. No matter how powerful, he would die too. I'll stay low-key for now and get used to the strength. When Luo Feng sneakily left the house, he followed the staircase swiftly down. One level after another, he scanned the area and met 9 opponents along the way. They were not bad though. There was even a spirit reader controlling a spirit weapon comparable to Luo Feng from 3 years ago. It was a pity that the current Luo Feng was extremely powerful. His improvement speed had been incredible over the past 3 years. From no domain, to already a level 5 domain. And he even stepped into the basics level of the Golden Law Origins. This has made Luo Feng's strength grow and increase in an unbelievable rate. Even Hong and Thunder God were far from being his match. Using the soaring shuttle to form the golden swordfish infused with a thread of the golden principles produced a shocking power. Destroying these opponents was indeed simple now. After all, even Barta thought that Luo Feng could take the title of number 1 in the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. This residential building has a total of 4 units and a total of 41 opponents all fighting amongst each other. Luo Feng was on the 12th floor of the building in a regular tea room, sitting crossed-legged. A golden orb constantly revolving around him. Yes, this gold orb was indeed the Nanshen armament's first form. The 2 consecutive months after signing up for the competition, Luo Feng had totally invested himself in training. Forgetting to even eat, he finally managed to squeeze out some headway with the first form. This form, I'm still not used to it. I can barely unleash it, I cannot even unleash its true strength. Compared to that, I've already trained until I'm completely in control of the soaring shuttle's swordfish formation, and am able to use its true power. Right now, I have to focus and train on the first form until I get used to it to the point that it becomes second nature to use. Luo Feng thought. This blurry golden orb infused with power and strength that was able to make hearts palpitate constantly revolved around Luo Feng. Although, at this time the revolution was still more rigid. The elimination process had already started within this first world. Luo Feng took control of that residential building, and continued honing his skill, which was to be used as his trump card. The elimination was still at the beginning stage, it wasn't time to get out and start the massacre yet. First world, all participants could at most fly to a height of about 9,000 meters above ground level. Any higher and they would meet with an invisible barrier. Above that barrier, there was a universe ship flying slowly. In one of its single rooms, Luo Hongguo, Gongxin Lan, Zhu Xin and their 2 children, along with Zhu Xin's older brother Zhu Gang and his family were present. They are actually not broadcasting this battle, Zhu Gang exclaimed. If one wanted to watch the elimination battle, they would have to sit in an universe ship and come here to watch, and the cost is so high. Big brother, it's normal that they don't broadcast this. Zhu Xin laughed. 8.2 billion people are battling it out, how would they possibly broadcast every battle? Through the external image simulator. Zhu Xin and the others lowered their heads to look. There was massive bloodshed happening in the cities on the continent below. They could even enlarge their view to clearly watch the battle and be able to see each participant's appearance. Of course, if the participant hides in a building, they wouldn't be able to see him. Mommy, Daddy. Daddy's rank is constantly dropping. Little Hai bit on his lip. He was holding a screen in his hand and on it were 3 rank charts. These were precisely the charts from the first world, the 72nd world and 88th world. He had locked onto these 3 worlds of which Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God were on. Luo Feng's rank dropped constantly. Uncle's rank is dropping too. However, second uncle's rank is rising. Little Hai said, second uncle's rank is rising like crazy, rushing into the top 100,000 already. Daddy and big uncle are in the bottom 10 million and dropping. What do you know? This is called conserving energy. Little Ping said. Little Hai stared at him. Of the 8.2 billion below, who is Daddy's match, is there any need to conserve energy? Ha ha. Beside them, their grandfather and grandmother too laughed. They are talking big nowadays. Zhu Gang laughed too. Come Little Hai, sit on uncle's lap. No. Little Hai lowered his head, turning to stare back at his screen in his hand. Luo Feng and Hong were indeed at the bottom, since their ranking was quite low and not noticeable at all. All 100 of the worlds had began its battles at the same time. As there were no broadcast of the battles, the entire Ganwu universe country's upper echelons, citizens, many more had to actually spend money on a universe ship to float above these 100 worlds to watch the battles. In the air above the 61st world, a beautiful universe ship was located. Within it were a group of young men and women holding wine glasses and eating delicious food while watching the battles through the external virtual simulator. Ha ha, the top ranker is from our universe country Starfield. At 3 meters tall, a towering sturdy man dressed in a luxurious long robe holding a wine glass laughed carefreely. Oh, hee, Luo Tuer, your Pengyu Empire's results are not bad, there's some in the top 100. Thank you your majesty for the compliment. A man with a pigtail, with a peculiar gem embedded in his forehead laughed. The Pengyu Empire has always been one of the empires under the Ganwu universe countries that has produced many strong warriors. Right, Luo Tuer, I heard some news from your side, saying they are going to make you the emperor's first successor. I heard that too. Luo Tuer, once you become the emperor of the Pengyu Empire, don't forget about us. Luo Tuer. This youth smiled, shaking his head, saying, those are just rumors and nothing has been confirmed yet. No matter what, I can never compare to your majesty. Your majesty is the only son of the heavens. You'll definitely take over the position of the emperor in the future. The heavens territory is 10 times larger than my empire. That 3-meter tall and sturdy man couldn't help but laugh when he heard this. Ganwu universe country, its territory was vast. The highest person in position was undoubtedly the country leader. Under him were many other strong warriors. Such a high position in the Ganwu universe country can mostly only be attained by undying beings. And these title holders, their territories were no lesser than those middle-level civilizations. Some are even bigger. Brolin, why haven't I seen your Black Dragon Mountain Empire? That majesty looked at the not too far away Brolin. Yes, Brolin. The last time the Black Dragon Mountain participated, it didn't seem to have anyone who even made it into the top 10,000. The Black Dragon Mountain Empire's recent performances seem to be pretty bad. This group was made up of either royal princes and princesses from the empire's or underlings under the internal Ganwu universe country itself, or even young princes from a few large families. They had their own faction even within the virtual universe. Brolin, as the Black Dragon Mountain's most powerful prince, naturally was part of it. Right now many warriors aren't rushing at all to make their move. Maybe after some time the Black Dragon Mountain warriors may appear. Am I right, Brolin? That Luo Tuer laughed as he looked over. Brolin forced a smile. It's still too early, it's hard to say. However, Brolin was feeling extremely uneasy. In the universe, the pride of a territory was directly related to how strong an empire usually was. Just like the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, if an absolute warrior appeared, the entire empire would immediately feel much more pride. The other empires and countries would naturally look at them with more respect. Watching the battle from within a universe ship's single room was Nuolan Shan. He was only one person present in that room. Head ancestor, only 83 of the disciples taking part are still alive, the rest have been killed. The number of people at the beginning were too many. Hence, the killings were so intense that they couldn't even escape. Right now, among the 83 of them, the highest ranking one is ranked 1.3 million. Looking at the news from the screen, Nuolan Shan's expression grew ugly. Bunch of useless things. Nuolan Shan shook his head. However, it's still early, let's keep watching. Hopefully I will get a good surprise. First world, still within that residential building. In a normal room, Luo Feng sat cross-legged quietly. His gaze was fixed on the golden orb before him. Those blurry and peculiar 9 golden blades were infused with large amounts of golden energy, with threads going through all of them had formed the orb, and it was revolving in an orbit that resembled the number 8 in front of Luo Feng. Its speed extremely fast. Gather. Luo Feng's thoughts moved. The golden orb immediately separated and became a golden light as it flew back towards the dark golden rod by his leg. Luo Feng felt exhausted. The amount of energy consumed while controlling the Nanshen armament was too high compared to the soaring shuttle. However, its strength was indeed shocking. Luo Feng sat cross-legged patiently for about an hour, recovering his spirit energy. It's been 10 days. This first world's elimination has already been going on for 10 days. During these 10 days I've been in this building. Even when people entered, I've been too lazy to make a move, unless they came too close. Lu Feng lowered his head and looked at his screen on his wrist. It clearly displayed his points. Participant, Luo Feng. Points, 92. Rank, 68,942,048. There's over 60 million people with higher scores than me. Luo Feng smiled. 10 days, a third of the stage is over. The mad killing period has already passed, and I assume that the survivors now must all be powerful. These 10 days, I've already honed my basics. Also, my spirit energy has already formed the Void Pagoda within my consciousness. The Void Pagoda was a special technique. However, this was not something of the Yunmo Planet Master's creation. Back then when the Master lost his life, he hadn't even trained to the highest level of such a skill. Within the virtual universe, it was possible to unleash such a skill. After training for about 9 days worth of time, Luo Feng finally managed to form the Void Pagoda within his consciousness. However, it was just at level 1. Nevertheless, it caused his soul's defense to increase greatly. Along with his shockingly amplified strength, which was of a universe level 6 golden horned beast, not many people from the same level could even match up to him. Right now, it's time to make my move. Let the massacre begin. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed with a peculiar color. He gently stood up and walked out of his own house, very quickly leaving the residential building. The area in which the building was located was initially a beautiful place. However, the ground was already filled with shards of broken glass, dried up blood and bodies. To make the battles more realistic, the virtual universe made it so that the bodies remained after death. Walking on a patch of grass in the area, Luo Feng released his spiritual energy. As the gravitational pull was too strong, the most he could expand it to was 800 meters. However, just this 800 meters allowed him to scan about half of the area. The scan, however, immediately caused 6 human silhouettes to pop out from the surrounding buildings. My friend, to be able to survive these 10 days, you must be no fool. To actually dare to release the spiritual energy to scan the area, you must be very confident. The 6 silhouettes separated. One sun-tanned skinny youth smiled coldly as he held in his hand a blood-red art knife. 6 people. Luo Feng gazed at the 6 before him. To be able to survive till now, these 6 people's points must definitely all be higher than his. Move. Of the 6, it was unclear whether it was a man or woman's voice, but the one dressed in black genetic armor ordered. Simultaneously, a formless spirit attack pierced towards Luo Feng's consciousness. To be able to survive in the first world till now, these were all considered geniuses to a certain extent. One of them was already considered to be among the top 3 geniuses of a certain galaxy. Luo Feng swept with his spirit energy as a form of provocation. When one person ordered him to move, the other 5 naturally took action. 2 youths with almost the same appearance simultaneously attacked with thunder-infused blades. A silver flash and a golden flash shot from the distance. The earlier spirit attack from the black genetic armor youth hit Luo Feng's soul. Yet, within his consciousness, that tall void pagoda only gently shook, easily blocking the attack. Luo Feng stood on his soaring shuttle as his body was surrounded by a gold energy. His movement was but a blur as he easily dodged the enemy attacks. Domain. On top of that, his domain is extremely strong. The 6 people's expression changed. With the help of a level 5 domain, along with the soaring shuttle whose original property was that of the gold origin laws, Luo Feng was able to step through the gateway of the origin laws. Using the soaring shuttle, his speed had reached an unbelievable proportion. Hence, dodging these attacks was quite simple. Die. Luo Feng's thoughts moved. A golden fish rushed out from the soaring shuttle with shocking speed. It was covered in a peculiar golden energy or origin laws. This fish sailed in an arc and immediately brushed past the 6 of them. With a low roar, the weapons clashed directly with the golden fish as the clang of metal was heard. One actually survived. Luo Feng looked at that sun-tanned skinny youth. The other 5 had already fallen dead. The skinny youth held onto his blood-red arc knife while staring at Luo Feng and biting down on his lip. At the same time the numbers on his wrist screen jumped. Participant, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain. Points, 8,162. Rank, 122,912. There were 5 corpses on the patch of grass. Luo Feng's strength made that skinny youth feel fear within. He stared hard at Luo Feng and thought, too strong. Origin laws. Right, origin laws. He's already touched on the concept of the universe laws. What do I do? What do I do? The amount of points I have now are insufficient to make it to the top 1001 of the first world. If I die, it's definitely over. He's a spirit reader and also has a flying type spirit weapon. His flying speed is much faster than my current running speed. Even if I try and escape, I won't be able to. Many thoughts quickly flashed through this tanned skinny youth's mind. Friend, the skinny youth shouted, I've made a mistake. You are actually a warrior who stepped through the gateway of the origin laws. I might have some information here for you. As long as you spare me, I'll tell you. Information. Luo Feng stood on the soaring shuttle, staring at the skinny youth. Right. Information. The entire first world has a total of 91 cities. Every city has close to 100 million participants. The skinny youth looked at Luo Feng. Within these 10 days, we were able to determine that every city has a few renowned absolute warriors. Anyone meeting any of these absolute warriors should completely avoid them. I'll give you the names and information about these warriors in this city, if you can spare me. The skinny youth stared hard at Luo Feng, not daring to relax. Absolute warriors. Luo Feng smiled slightly. Right, if you meet an iron wall, it'll be too late to regret. The skinny youth said. Ha ha. Luo Feng smiled and looked at the skinny youth. Not just this city, even within the first world, there isn't a single person capable of making me feel fear. The skinny youth's expression changed. The skinny youth stomped on the patch of grass and flew, becoming a black silhouette rushing straight towards Luo Feng. The blurry blood-red wave that surrounded the skinny youth started to wrap itself around the arc knife in his hand and it sliced at Luo Feng at shocking speed. Fast, sly, brutal. Luo Feng stepped on the soaring shuttle and became a golden beam of light, dodging the attack by a large distance. Shoo! The golden fish happily flew around Luo Feng's side. It then started flying towards that skinny youth and in an instant it had reached right beside that youth. The skinny youth's body form was that of a monster. His blood-red knife once again blocked the golden swordfish. I hate these types of spirit readers the most. The skinny youth was filled with rage and hatred. Stepping on a spirit weapon and making others unable to catch them, also attacking and controlling a spirit weapon from the distance. Bastard! He was completely immersed within his domain and controlling it. He was trying his best to use all his strength and deflect that seemingly harmless golden fish over and over. Luo Feng stood on his soaring shuttle. His strength is not bad, seems like a level 4 domain. Luo Feng's expression got serious. He started pouring his extremely powerful amplifier into the golden swordfish. With his full control, the thread of origin law fused perfectly with the golden swordfish. Its flexibility and speed immediately rose by leaps and bounds. Totally controlling it compared to casually controlling made a big difference in its power. A golden light brushed past that skinny youth's knife, immediately piercing through his forehead, leaving a deep hole in his head. His eyes rolled, seemingly unsatisfied. As it pierced through, that skinny youth's corpse fell on the patch of grass patch. Luo Feng walked over and looked down at him, saying softly, "You are quite strong. In terms of your domain, you've even caught up with my second brother. As for your movements though, just a little weaker than my second brother, everything else is almost there. However, it's a pity that you met me, hence you are dead." Those who were strong, always had absolute confidence in themselves. Luo Feng had relied only on his amplifier and origin laws to kill his opponent. During the attack he didn't even unleash his domain. The current Luo Feng was extremely powerful. Barta had already determined that Luo Feng would work hard and break through into the Ganwu universe country's top 1000. Anyone with the power to hit the top 1000 amongst the trillion geniuses in any universe country definitely had the potential to be in the top 10 of his own world. Usually when the power differences was small, even if the opponent was stronger by a little, he could still battle it out. Luo Feng said that in the entire first world, there wasn't anyone he was afraid of. That was completely due to his self-confidence. That's quite a lot of points. Luo Feng lowered his head and looked. Participant, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Points, 15,921. Rank, 62,912. This way of killing is so much better. Luo Feng's eyes had a glint of excitement. When it first began, killing one person only earned 1 point. But now, killing just one now is able to gain me thousands of points. This is definitely more thrilling. The Ganwu universe country must have 1 trillion strong geniuses. Then let's go kill them. I hope there is at least one person who will be able to force me to use my domain. Luo Feng thought. Even though the 6 that he faced before were considered strong, with one even close to Thunder God in power, these people didn't push him to use his full power at all. Ever since he stepped through the gateway of the origin laws, his power had indeed increased by a lot. Luo Feng carried on his back a battle knife and shield, as he walked through the silent city. Along the way, he saw corpses frequently. Scanning with his spirit energy, he picked out the survivors and started engaging in a massacre. Fresh blood flew everywhere, heads flew. His rank, too, jumped constantly. In the air above the first world, above the barrier. Within a single room of a universe ship, Luo Feng's family were in there. "Mommy, Daddy's rank has gone up suddenly." In an instant it suddenly rose to the top 120,000. "Look!" Little Hai excitedly brought the screen before Zhu Xin. Hong Guo and Gong Xin Lan, who was sitting in the sofa, were shocked as well as they opened their own screens. Wow, it rose so quickly. "That's what I said." Uncle and Daddy were conserving their energy. Little Ping said, "Big Uncle just started to unleash his powers yesterday, and now he's already made it to the top 10,000. Daddy won't disappoint either. Look, your daddy's risen again, to the top 60,000. Luo Hong Guo couldn't help but be shocked. "What?" Within the time span of a few words that we spoke, he went from 120,000 to 60,000. Zhu Gang said shocked. "Look, it's still rising. Daddy's rank is constantly rising, already reaching 40,000. Wow, 30,000, he's already in the top 30,000. Little Hai was extremely excited. Within the entire room, everyone held their breaths. It was madness. The points skyrocketed, rising almost every second. What did this mean? It meant that Luo Feng was killing people every minute. It was simply a massacre. The 12th day of the Elimination, First World. The violent winds howled, the smell of blood permeated the air. In a street that was filled with marks of battle, Luo Feng walked slowly carrying a knife and shield on his back. The entire street was empty. "Madman, he is a madman. That's him. I heard within 2 short days, he killed over 100 warriors in the East District. Right, that's him. He doesn't reason with anyone at all and kills anyone he meets. Simply, he just kills. And kills. And he's incredibly strong too. In the distant skyscraper, two partners were peering through a glass window at Luo Feng, who walking down the alley. This city is extremely huge, much bigger than any of Earth's cities. After all, it was filled with 100 million participants. Luo Feng had been massacring these past 2 days in the east district of the city, killing a few hundred of them. Also, these few hundred weren't like the initial group of people who just arrived. These were all strong warriors who had survived through that bloodbath. They were all true geniuses. All of them had the ability to be first in their galaxy. It was a pity. Luo Feng had the ability to be the Black Dragon Mountain Starfield's #1. Also, he had the potential to break through to the universe country's top 1001 ultimate warriors. Naturally, it wasn't a battle at all. Luo Feng stood in that alley which was filled with the stench of blood. Looking ahead at a shopping center, with a spirit energy scan he clearly discovered 3 people within. He patiently stood there for a few seconds. Usually, with a spirit energy scan, the opponents would instinctively feel it too and they would automatically come out. However, these 3 didn't. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows, shouting coldly, "Come out." His voice boomed, resounding through the alley. "Madman, we don't want to fight you, so don't be unreasonable." A universe language shout returned. "Madman." Another low voice came out, "Just reaching the top 1001 of the first world means passing the elimination. You should already easily be able to reach that. You don't have to bully others so much." Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Many surviving geniuses, especially those with similar strengths and power levels, would temporarily form alliances. "All of you better come out. Otherwise, I'm coming in." Luo Feng remained cold and shouted. Rumble, rumble, rumble. 3 human silhouettes rushed out from the window of the shopping center and floated in mid-air. One of them had a huge body structure with brown-yellow skin, and the other 2 were similar in size to Luo Feng, a man and a lady. These 3 all looked at the black-haired youth with a knife and shield on his back as they felt immense fear and rage. The name Madman had spread across the city in a short time. Madman, an absolute warrior who was simply insane. Hundreds had died by his hand and no one was even a match for him. One had to know that these were all geniuses. However, there was still a stark difference between each level of genius. "Madman, I was sent here from the imperial family of the Ganwu universe country to participate, you." That tall man said seriously. "Die," Luo Feng said coldly, stepping on the soaring shuttle. "Go." The 3 people's expressions changed as they immediately turned and fled, cursing inwardly. "This madman, even though I'm from the Ganwu universe country's imperial family, he doesn't show any respect or give face at all." Even though there were over 8 trillion participants, they were made of the different countries, starfields, organizations or even independent. As for the imperial family of the Ganwu universe country, they sent a total of over 100 million. However, according to the instructions from the leader of the country, these 100 million had strived to take over a half of the top 100,000. The golden swordfish pierced through that tall and built man's forehead. That man had long lost any courage to face him. With a blank look in his face, he was killed immediately. The black-clothed lady gritted her teeth. "The devil will definitely kill you." Luo Feng coldly killed her. With the soaring shuttle's speed, Luo Feng immediately killed 2 of them. The third had fled in a different direction. After killing those 2, he already couldn't catch up with the third. "Devil, HMPH, hopefully he allows me to use my domain." Luo Feng lowered his head to look at the screen on his wrist. Participant, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Points, 863,829. Rank, 1012. The higher up I go, the slower I jump in rank. However, it's still fast. I've almost reached the top 1000. Luo Feng thought. Within that beautiful universe ship, the heirs, princes and princesses from the various Ganwu universe country starfields were all laughing and discussing. "Quickly look. Look, Brolin, your Ganwu universe country has one who has made it into the top 1001 already." One of the royal princes shouted loudly. Brolin's eyes gleamed and he looked over. On the large screen, there were names from all the countries. In the Ganwu universe country pre-selection namelist, temporarily, 1, it was 0 before, right now it had become 1. "Hurry and open," Brolin said. A small screen appeared beside the large one and information appeared. First world, rank 997, Luo Feng, Black Dragon Mountain. Haha, this Luo Feng is a genius nurtured specially by our Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Brolin said loudly. Suddenly he felt a lump in his throat. Luo Feng, this name. Right, that brat in the world within a world was also called Luo Feng. Don't tell me. No, it definitely can't be. There are many similar names within the universe. Luo Feng. Haha, Brolin, your Black Dragon Mountain is not bad. It's finally not at the bottom. Right now, of the close to 1,000 mid-level universe countries, there were still over 200 of these that have zero that had made it through the first round. At the same time, many god countries and countless organizations have been paying attention to this genius battle, taking down Luo Feng's name. However, the most passionate and excited were the citizens of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, and some upper echelon people. Haha, there's one who has made it into the top 1001. Quickly look, just who is this Luo Feng? From our Black Dragon Mountain, there's someone who's made it into the top 1001. Luo Feng, never heard of that name. Quickly, check where's he from.